what you're saying? Nani? Get out my business, okay?
What's going on, people? Welcome back. We are here at the Identity booth talking about finance. It is Finance Friday. And so you guys know what we do. We love to talk about what happened in the market for the week. So if you guys don't know who we are, that's Heero. I'm Eric. We are the amalgamation of the Identity booth. And we are going to talk about Doge to the moon. So if you hadn't seen the other episode, Heero already told you that he hit a smooth lick on this Dogecoin. He came up pretty nice. So Heero bought in way back here with all the smart people, and now it's way up here. As you can see, Doge has only been trading since April 21st. So, like this right here, at least this is where I have data. So I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is a quick move. I think it's gonna come back a little bit and then go higher. What's going on is yeah, it's up on my side. I can see it on my camera. So what we have here is a Doge, the current Dogecoin chart, and you're like, what are all these things on here? For those of you who don't know, these are called candlesticks. This is a way that we use to track the price. There are significant things about each one of these, which I can take a quick second and explain. So these candles represent price at a specific point in time. So this candle represents May 4th, 2021. On these candles, the green candles that go up, red candles go down. Pretty simple. The price opens here, the low of the candles here, the high of the candles here to close. And that's all I'm doing is looking at the candles, how they form, trying to figure out where price is going. Excuse me. So Dogecoin here, these are daily candles. These represent 1 day in price and time. And then I'm just kind of marking off areas where I expect price to make a change or do something where I can make a trade. So
and can you talk a little bit about like how I think a lot of people worry too much about when they want to get in, but I think you should be more worried about when you want to get in and when do you get out. Like you got to look at your potential. When you're looking at your charts, you should always be looking for potential. I think a lot of people get too lost on, I didn't get in at a low enough price. You could get in at 70. Once again, if you know it's going to $1, that's 30 cents for you to gain on. So it's like your exit strategy is so much more important to me than your entry strategy, because your exit strategy is part of your entry.
100%. And to Heero's point, you see I have this marked off right here. This is the current candle. This is this represents 4 hours. I've switched it from the day time frame to a 4-hour time frame. I'm looking for this candle and the candle after. If this closes above this area, I'm expecting price to go that way. If it closes and it's below this line, I'm expecting price to come down a little bit, maybe go back up, eventually go back up. Right? So I think it's got quite a bit more energy left to move up. And so what I do is I mark them off and then I just move down and I just kind of look for an opportunity. Now this is on the hour time frame. You guys can see that. I can see that prices are kind of starting to break down a little bit. It's kind of giving me some signs that it wants to go down a little bit, but if it does, I'm thinking it'll probably come back to this area right here. I'm sure I can mark it out, or this one.
People like I call them supports and resistance, but a thing that like a lot of people like you really have to think about is like, where's the support coming for Dogecoin? Dogecoin is coming off a hype, right?
Yeah,
and it has a lot more support than it has resistance. Support drives it up, resistance drives it down, right? That's just the fundamentals. If you're looking especially at candles and width, I always like to use and Eric has those line charts, right? Can you create the lines real quick? If you just connect your peaks together, peaks.
You're talking about, you want, okay, so I'll show you what Heero's talking about. Let me find one.
I mean, just any three peaks at the top right up there.
Yeah. No, there hasn't been three. I'm just trying to find you three. Here's three right here. So I would start here and right there.
Boom.
So those are 1, 2, 3 peaks all together. And then you see price kind of go sideways and go down. That's what Heero's kind of alluding to. Usually you get 3 to 5 runs up before price goes back down.
and and like 3 to 5 is a good number, but some advanced people use threes. They go into battles of threes. If they see 3-ups, they don't expect a fourth, so they jump off. And that's a fair rule to have, but it's very deceptive when you're first starting out trying to use the rule of 3. So I always keep people's numbers up to 5 and stuff like that, right? Just to be able to better understand and gauge how you want to do it, because you're allowed to make mistakes when you're first investing. You're allowed to make mistakes. The best time to make your mistakes though is like after hours or on a paper charting. Webull has a great paper charting feature that I love using. It helps me predict the future in the sense of I don't have to put my own money out there. I can come back in a week and retry it. So paper charting is super good. I know Eric uses a bunch of other links like that, but Webull has a feature built into it, so it's super good. But I just wanted to point out that whole part of your 3 thing. Go ahead. It's my bad.
Yes. Yeah, so there's a lot of different names for it, rule of 3. And if you guys notice, I have these dots here. These follow the rule of 3. There's 3 candle formation. I've got what they call a low, a lower low, and a higher low. That just gives me that formation there. And that's all I'm looking for. Is potential areas where price has turned around in the past. Is usually a good indicator of where price will return eventually. Doesn't always happen, but with a high probability it does. So that's all I'm looking for. So you guys saw it when it was just a few candles because I was on a daily chart. Now went down to 4 hour, and now I'm on this 1 hour chart. And so for me, what I do is I kind of, now that I have this, I'm kind of just watching to see where this closes. This is where we are is 9:40 at night. And so if this closes above that line, I'm expecting it to just go on up. And Heero talked to you about potential targets. I can show you guys how I kind of mark that out. So what I do is if this closes above, I'm gonna get in here and I'm just gonna shoot for up here. That doesn't seem like a lot, but you can control how much you risk. And if you have a really high certainty that it's gonna at least get here, you can make some money. And you're like, well, what are all those lines mean? Well, the lines are places where I'm expecting to go. It just helps me manage my money. So when price gets to this purple line, all the money that I risk, I'm going to take it out of the market. Essentially, I'm going to make sure that whatever money I have in the market is what I earned from the market and not from my own bank. And when I get up here, I'm looking to take out like 85% of my money in the market. And then I'm just going to let it run. And I'm going to just keep moving my profit up slowly as price moves up. That's all I'm doing. And usually I have it set here. So this is a sweet spot for me. If it gets here, I'm going to be more aggressive. If it gets up to here, I'm going to really get aggressive. So this is just kind of something I use to gauge, like Heero said, where are you getting out? You know, when you're trading, you have to start with the end in mind. You have to know where you're going before you can go. Anybody who takes a trip, anybody, even kids, you guys go to school. You guys know where the bus stop is, or if your parents take you, your parents know the route to get there. They always start with the end in mind before they get in the car, and you guys have to do the same thing when you're looking to invest in anything. Heero, like, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think a lot of people might lose themselves in the idea of like it's because, and I think I talk about the end more than the beginning because a lot of people are nervous about where to start. Like that's the getting started with anything for the first time is super scary. It's intimidating. The stock market is an intimidating beast that will take a lot of your money. If you don't believe me, talk to my first 2 accounts. They took everything. But a big part of it is not being intimidated, but also understanding of earning a fundamental. There's a reason why Tim Duncan is a legend, and they call him Mr. Fundamental because his fundamental skill set protected him from any adverse change in the wave. And this is true for me in the sense that, like, say for example, I first came on the scene, option trader. That's all I wanted to do. Option. I wanted to find a ticker for everything, streamline everything and make a thing. And then I lost like $6,000, and I was like, maybe I should try something else. Swing trader, swing trader. Yeah, no, swing trader, 110% baby, swing trader. Buy red, sell green. It's the easiest concept in the world, but then your emotions get into it. Oh man, it's been red for 17 days straight. I'm selling, not knowing that there's a scanner out there looking at you holding 120 shares, and they're just waiting on you because they know they can outlast you. And then I was like, you know what? I can't beat a computer. Option trading, same thing. But you know what thing I can be guaranteed? What if I told you there's a simple way where you can just buy one thing and then they pay you for owning it? Haberdasheries? Yes, it's true. So dividends. And now I'm on my third rank, and that's how I do it. And because of it, because of the discipline rather, I was able to build an account off of just, a measly $15.34 to now having an account that has earned me $2,000 in dividends. So it's really it's a mind game. There's no get rich quick scheme here. Like I said,
we say it's get rich eventually.
Yeah, get rich eventually. And if you got time, then eventually is a perfect time. There's no better day. There's no better way than waking up one day and just seeing you got extra money in your account because you planned ahead. And I think that's a fair assessment, especially when you're starting out.
Yeah, and hey, man, listen, the younger you start, the better you have. Again, we talk about starting with the end in mind. You think you have all this time. You don't know how much of it you actually have. So you have to do something very, very wise with it. And me and Heero always advocate, go to school if that's what you want to do. We strongly encourage you, especially if you're going for medicine. Heero and I would greatly say if you're going into healthcare, please go do that. We advocate for that. Also for, any STEM stuff, arts, please go do that. But if that's not your bag, this something like this has to be your bag. You have to have a skill that no one can take away from you, and you know that you can always support yourself and a family. That should be at the forefront of your mind. And so don't waste time doing things that aren't going to make you better physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. You don't waste time. So Heero and I, we live a simple life. We spend our time talking about stuff like this, being on the podcast, working our job, and working out and putting good food in our body. And this is all a part of it. The financial literacy part is the thing that is often missed. A lot of people can learn how to go to school, do that part, but when it comes to actually, what do I do with my money? Where do I put it? How do I make my money work for me? I'm gonna tell you this: money is an awesome slave, but a horrible master. Man. If you let money run you, you will be running your whole life. I'm telling you right now. Me and Heero know that song and dance too well. We've had phones shut off, bank accounts shut off, credit cards shut off, put out on the street, and then figure out how to make it somewhere safe. We've gone through that, so we're telling you guys, this is one of the ways Heero and I have turned things around. Put ourselves in the driver's seat. We can wake up our goal is to wake up one day and just say, you know what? I'm going to just pick up and go where I want to go for 2 weeks. And I don't have to ask anybody permission to do so because I have unlimited time and unlimited resources.
But get this though. And I tell people this all the time. Hey, don't be afraid to say no. Hey, just because you can go to Cabo don't mean you have to. You feel me? Hey. All my money's tied up in investment has been my go-to get out of free jail card for the last year. Yo, hey, we going to Cabo next week. You want to come? Yeah, I would like to, but do I have to? No, I'm good. But hey, so for the people out there that's staying back into the real world, hey, it's a movement out there. So we love to see it. But I mean, that's just been our little deep dive into this situation. Like, if you guys have any questions on investing, like how to get started, where to get started, things you should do, books you should read, Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great book when it talks about investment. Your asset column versus your expense column and things of that nature. Super informative. I think that book should be read in every high school. It's better than Othello. I guarantee you that.
Absolutely.
But, that's just our perspective on it. That's just our point of view. We got one more segment left, and then we'll be getting on I think I'll be hopping on a game here in a little bit.
Hey.
Also trying to see who wants to play. Who wants to play Uno? If you want to play Uno, put Uno in chat, and we can get you guys added to the list. But on behalf of the Identity Booth, you guys take care of yourself. Put on your mask. Save your money. Save your money.
Yeah.
I need a better sign off for this. Now that I'm not saying the wrong sign off thing anymore, but I need a better sign.
We could catch the vibe, but it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down.